Hello. Food is one of the basic requirements of all living organisms. The major components of our food are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Vitamins and minerals are also required in small quantities. Food provides energy and organic materials for growth and repair of tissues. The water we take in play an important role in metabolic process and also prevents the dehydration of the food. Biomicromolecules in food cannot be utilized by our body in their original form. They have to be broken down and converted into simple substances in the digestive systems. The process of conversion of complex food substances to simple absorption form is called digestion and is carried out by the digestive systems. Digestive system consists of alimentary canal and the associated glands. Alimentary canals consist of the mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and the anus. The accessory digestive glands includes the salivary glands, the liver, with gallbladder and the pancreas. The alimentary canal begins with the anterior opening, the mouth, and it opens out posteriorly through the anus. The mouth leads to the buccal cavity or oral cavity. The oral cavity has a number of teeth and a muscular tongue. Each tooth is embedded in the socket of jawbone. This type of attachment is called thecodont. Majority of mammals, including human beings, forms two sets of teeth during their life. A set of temporary milk or deciduous teeth replaced by a permanent or adult teeth. This type of dentition is called diphyodont. Two sets of teeth, that is temporary and the permanent, so it is called diphyodont. An adult human has 32 permanent teeth, which are of 4 different types. So it is called heterodentition, namely incisors I, canine C, premolars PM, and molars M. Arrangement of teeth in each half of the upper and the lower jaw in the order of I, C, P, M is represented by a dental formula, which is in human is 2123 by 2123. The hard chewing surface of the teeth made up of enamel and tongue is freely movable muscular organ attached to the floor of the organ cavity by the frenulum. The upper surface of the tongue has a small projections called papillae, some of which bear taste buds. The oral cavity leads into a short pharynx which serves as a common passage for food and air. The esophagus and the trachea, that is windpipe, opens into the pharynx. A cartilaginous flap called epiglottis prevents the entry of food into the glottis, opening of the windpipe during swallowing. The esophagus is a thin, long tube which extends posteriorly, passing through the neck, thorax, and diaphragm, and leads to J-shaped bag like a structure called a stomach. A muscular sphincter, that is gastroesophagus, regulate the opening of the esophagus into the stomach. The stomach, located in the upper left portion of the abdominal cavity, has 4 major parts. A cardiac portion into which the esophagus opens, a fundic region, the body, that is the main central region, and a pyloric portion which opens into the first part of the small intestine. A small intestine is distinguishable in 3 regions. C-shaped duodenum. This is the stomach, consists of fundus, cardiac, and pyloric regions, and there is a pyloric sphincters. So a small intestine is distinguishable into three regions: a C-shaped duodenum, a long coiled middle portion jejunum, and a highly coiled ileum. So three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileums of small intestines. The opening of the stomach into the duodenum is guarded by the pyloric sphincters. Ileum opens into the large intestines. Ileums is the last part of the ileum is opens into the large intestines. It consists of cecum, colon, and the rectum. So this is the large intestine of the alimentary canal. This is the cecum. Cecum is a small blind sac which hosts some symbiotic microorganisms of narrow finger-like tubular projections. The vermiform appendix, which is a vestigial organ, arises from the cecum. The cecum opens into the colon. The colon is divided into four parts. Again, this is the vermiform appendix, and the cecum and the colon is divided into four parts, and ascending a transverse descending part and a sigmoid colon. So four parts of the colon. The descending part opens into the rectum, which opens out through the anus. This is the rectum, which opens out through the anus. The wall of the alimentary canal from the esophagus to the rectum possesses four layers, namely serosa, muscularis, submucosa, and mucosa. So there are four layers of the alimentary canals. The serosa is the outermost layer and is made up of a thin mesothelium, that is epithelium of the visceral organs, with some connective tissues. Muscularis is formed by smooth muscles usually arranged into an inner circular and an outer longitudinal layers. An oblique muscle layer may be present in some regions. The submuscular submucosal layer is formed of loose connective tissues containing nerves, blood, and lymph vessels. In duodenum, glands are also present in submucosa. The innermost layer lining the lumen of the alimentary canal is the mucosa. Mucosa forms irregular folds, that is called rugae, in the stomach, and a small finger-like folding called villi in the small intestines. So these two structures of this mucosa. This is the and mucosa also forms glands in the stomach called gastric glands and crypts in between the bases of villi in the intestine, that is called crypts of Leverkuhn. All the four layers show modifications in different parts of the alimentary canals. The cells lining the villi produce numerous microscopic projections called microvilli, giving a brush border appearance. These modifications increase the surface area enormously. Villi are supplied with a network of capillaries and a large lymph vessels called the lacteal. Mucosal epithelium has goblet cells which secrete mucus that helps in lubrications. So there are now digestive glands. The digestive glands associated with the alimentary canals include the salivary glands, the liver, and the pancreas, liver also included with gallbladder. Saliva is mainly produced by the three pairs of salivary glands. Parotids, that is present in cheek, the submaxillary or submandibular glands, that is present in lower jaw. This is submandibulars, and the sublinguals. This is present in the below the tongue. These glands, situated just outside the buccal cavity, secrete salivary juices into the buccal cavity. Now the liver. Liver is the largest gland of the body, weighing about 1.2 to 1.5 kg in an adult humans. It is situated in the abdominal cavity just below the diaphragm and has two lobes. The hepatic lobes are the structural and the functional unit of the liver, containing hepatic cells arranged in the form of cords. Each lobule is covered by a thin connective tissues sheath called the Gleason's capsule. The bile secreted by the hepatic cells passes through the hepatic ducts and is stored and concentrated in a thin muscular sac called the gallbladder. The duct of gallbladder, that is cystic duct, along with the hepatic duct from the liver, forms the common bile duct. The pancreas is a compound, both exocrine and endocrine glands, elongated organs situated between the limbs of the C-shaped duodenums. The exocrine portion secretes alkaline pancreatic juice containing enzymes, and the endocrine portions secretes hormones, that is insulin and glucagons. And the bile duct and the pancreatic duct open together into the duodenums as the common hepatic pancreatic ducts, which is guarded by a sphincter called the sphincter of Oddi. So this is all about the pancreas. The process of digestion is accomplished by a mechanical and chemical process. So now in next class we will continue the digestion process. Thank you very much. Have a good day.